Hi Melton family, Jeff Robinson again over the maintenance department. I just want to continue our discussion on the ambient temperature program that we're installing on all new trucks going forward. And even some of the trucks that don't have APUs today, we might install that program on there. But just to make sure everybody understands that the temperature range is between 35 and 65. The truck will not idle unless the battery voltage gets down to a certain point. Then you'll get some audible alarms and you can start your truck up and run it for about an hour, charge the batteries back up. Now there's been some concern about being woke up in the middle of the night 3 or 4 times and all that, and I understand that. But there are things that you can do to help keep the batteries fully charged so where you can get 6 or 8 hours worth of sleep. One is you might turn your refrigerator off. And if you've got another cooler, unplug those for the few hours, because those refrigerators and the coolers will last at least 6 or 8 hours and keep the food products cold. And that should lengthen the time in between charges on the batteries. So if you do that, just make sure the lights are off. You know, don't leave your cell phones and stuff plugged in, all that kind of stuff. So this will help prevent the batteries from being drained too quickly overnight to where you get the audible alarms at 3 o'clock in the morning, because we don't want that. We want you guys to get a good night's rest and all that type of stuff. So you can help that out by just watching your electrical demands on the truck. Now another question I have, or a statement, is I hope everybody knows that all these trucks, and we have had this for several years, all have the diesel fired heaters under the bunk. The truck does not have to be on. In fact, the key needs to be in the off position. The controls are back there in the sleep area, up there where you would put your head in that control area. And it's basically just turn the key off. You can go turn the power on to the diesel fired heater, set the temperature to 72, 74, whatever you want, and it'll keep that truck nice and toasty on the inside. Draws a minimal amount of electrical power because it's all run off the diesel fuel that's in the tank. So this should help, and I know it will help, keep you guys warm during the colder months. And you know, if it's above 65, then you can go ahead and run the truck and do your air conditioning and all that type of stuff. So just remember, to help this whole program out, is watch the electrical demands overnight while you guys are bunked down for the night. Just make sure and turn as much electrical power off, and turn the bunk heater on. You can set it at 70 degrees, and trust me, these heaters will run you out. You can darn near bake bread in these things if you turn it on high. So if any more questions, which I know there will be, please post them on Facebook or call me in my office, call somebody outside repair, and they'll transfer you down to me. Now, another thing I'd like to talk about is, this will be on a different topic, is the vehicle inspection report, the VIRs that are being sent in on a pretty regular basis. Now, the way the VIR systems work is you send them in a VIR over your Qualcomm, and you're telling the Qualcomm and you're telling outside repair that there is a problem with your truck. Now, to fill you in on the whole process, outside repair has 72 hours to go back to that VIR that you sent and go in there and close that particular VIR. Say that, you know, you have an engine oil leak. Well, we have to go into that system, tell the VIR that that's been repaired, and close that VIR out. If we don't close it in 72 hours, your hours of service will lock up. So when you do send in a VIR, make sure it's something that's what I want to consider needs to be taken care of immediately. Just some examples of VIRs that I've received here just in the last week. My refrigerator's not working. I have a scratch on the fender, and my wiper blades need to be replaced. Now, I guess you could say those are legitimate VIRs, but they're really not, as far as my world. What you really need to do is send in a MAC 18 if you guys have problems on these trucks that need to be addressed pretty quickly. So if you send in a MAC 18 via your Qualcomm, that sends a breakdown message to all the guys in outside repair, plus your DM. Everybody gets that same notification that you have a problem on that truck, whether it's a flat tire, you're out of fuel, or whatever the case may be. Send it in that way. If you want to send in a VIR, vehicle inspection report, via your Qualcomm, make sure it's a legitimate and a serious problem that needs to be attended to right then and there, because just the volume of information those guys in outside repair get, sometimes things slip through the crack and then all of a sudden your Sunday afternoon you're ready to go and you can't log in. Well, you got to call outside repair. I got to go into the Qualcomm system, address that one particular VIR, clear it out, then you're good to go. It's just a big waste of time for you guys and for the guys in outside repair. Legitimate VIRs, absolutely send them in. But I would say use your Mac 18 as the primary lead for us to know you got problems. My third and last thing, we're getting close to the end of the winter time. Thank goodness. I'm tired of this cold weather, and I'm sure you guys are. We're getting some reports of trucks getting stuck in the snow. And we've gotten some reports of guys trying to get themselves unstuck by putting it in gear, rocking it back and forth. Especially on these automatics, it's easily done. You can step on the accelerator and slow down, the truck will rock back and forth. Well, so far in the month of February, we've destroyed 2 rear ends and 3 drive lines because people are trying to rock these trucks. What happens, those tires start spinning, they get going very, very fast, it hits dry pavement, all that rubber stops, well, there's a lot of mass and a lot of momentum still turning, and things break. So if you get stuck, please don't try to get yourself unstuck. Call somebody outside repair. I'd rather spend $200-300 on a tow bill, get you guys out on the road much quicker than try to replace a differential for $8,500 and 2 to 3 weeks worth of downtime. It's bad for you guys and it's bad for the company as well. So to recap, ambient temperature, the diesel fired heaters in the back, the VIRs, please send in serious VIRs, problems with the truck itself, oil leaks, engine misfiring, something along that line, but please use the Mac 18 as well. And then spinouts and things, call us, we're here to help. So anyway, you guys drive safe, thanks for watching, and we'll talk again in a week or two. Thanks.